Cool.
So I do want to shower.
Yeah, showering is important, you know.
Yeah. Especially after planting flowers during the day when it's
Absolutely.
like semi-sunny out. Now it's raining.
Absolutely. But we'll start it off. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Lucky Ocean Podcast, here with me and Clean. And we'll kind of like be waiting for people to come in. We're a little early, but we figured we'd talk about, a few things that are coming up, whether it's related to NFTs, crypto or not. So what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? We were just talking about life in general and other things like that. What's going on in life? It's pretty chaotic on Cardano. A bunch of people like just at each other's throats and stuff, and everybody was against Charles. And then all of a sudden, he's like, we'll do a full audit of everything that happened and everything, and there was like this big law firm that came out and did an audit, and they seemed like everything was fine. There was no shady business or like whatever. And so now everybody's rallying around Charles and Cardano again a little bit. And so it's pretty funny, I would say. People want their pitchforks out, and then the truth comes out, and then people are like, oh, well, this isn't so bad, I guess. And then when in actuality, like, if you knew anything about anything, it was probably not bad to begin with. People just, want to make a mountain out of a molehill.
Yeah. They want the clicks.
Yeah, the clicks, engagement, stuff like that. I figure anybody that says anything like remotely controversial or trying to expose something is automatically trying to get clicks. That's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, YouTube has gone so far down the rabbit hole of clickbait. It's 100%. Like even stock people who I like to watch use the same clickbait titles. They're like, buy these 2 stocks, get rich in the next 2 days. And it's like, oh man, like everybody knows that's not going to happen. Yeah. Why would you even use that title? But yet they do it and it works.
So Fadi,
what's going on, Fadi? Man,
having some brews.
Man, a few words and many beers.
Man, a few words, many beers. That's pretty good. I like that. So, what's been up with you? Anything?
Not much. Courtney and I hung out yesterday. I forget the name of the anime we watched, but it's some anime where the person eats like a demon's finger and gains like demonic powers. I'm sure somebody knows, but whatever. She had it on Blu-ray, so we didn't have to go through like the Netflix ads or anything. And I thought that was an experience because I haven't watched a show without ads in years.
Yeah.
I forgot all about Blu-ray and all that stuff.
Yeah. And it's pretty nice. We're so used to streaming services now that it's just like kind of like every ads on everything. And I remember when streaming services used to pay extra just to not watch ads. Now you're still paying the same amount, but you still get ads. And I'm like, and I pay more, and I get Jujutsu Kaisen.
That's it. That's the one.
Giannis.
That's the one. What's up, Giannis? What's going on, homie? That is the one. One of the top new animes. Is it new? I thought it'd been out for a while, but yeah, that was the one. That was the one. We finished like 6 episodes.
Giannis, the Greek anime freak, knows everything there is to know about anime at this point.
Hell yeah. You're our anime guy for now.
But have you watched Akira though?
I don't know. That sounds familiar.
That is one anime that I can actually get behind. It was made in 1988.
Sub Hugs. Is it good? Should we watch it? I mean, so far it's pretty good. I'm not gonna watch it like with y'all, but
yeah, you could have a watch party or whatever.
It depends. Like some people are really into anime and some people aren't. If you're not really into anime, I mean, it's an anime, right?
So I try to act like I know what I'm talking about. I just say, hey, I have this friend online. He told me that I should watch Samurai Champloo or whatever. And nobody has ever heard of it before.
What? Dude.
Yes, nobody.
Courtney hasn't heard of Samurai Champloo either. And she's like an anime video game person.
Dude, it must be very niche. It's only in Nick's world, bro.
Just let me show y'all real quick. Samurai Champloo has been around for a while, okay? And it's one of the greatest.
But Akira was made in 1988, full-length film.
Okay.
I forget what the budget was, but it was over $1 billion in today's money to make.
Damn.
Yeah, they had 7 different animation studios on it and stuff like that,
Akira?
Bandai and stuff like that. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, is this the? Never mind. I don't know.
It's like Neo Tokyo. Like I watched it. You can watch it for free online. Like no ads or anything. Full length shit. And
That's
so
crazy.
you don't have to go through Crunchyroll and pick a hole or whatever, Netflix and chill or Hulu and hang.
Huh.
Uh so yeah, you can watch it for free online. It's good. Like very, very good.
I'll have to give it a shot.
Yeah.
Samurai Champloo, though, I can't believe nobody knows about that. That makes me feel horrible. But it's okay. You have to watch it. You have to. Samurai Champloo is only 2 seasons long. It has the greatest soundtrack ever. The voice actor for Mugen, the main character, is my favorite voice actor. I don't know his name, but he's dope. Yeah.
Is it on Crunchyroll and stuff?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably. I don't even know where I watch it. I just random website every time.
But is Jujutsu Kaisen, is that any good?
It's good so far. Samurai Shampoo. That's the classic. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You have to eat these demonic fingers. Well, he has to eat the demonic fingers to make himself stronger, but the demon also takes over more and more. So
nice.
It's like that constant little internal battle he's dealing with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because he gains like powers and shit like that, right?
Yeah,
Let's go to the charts.
To save his friend.
Fine. Let's go to the charts.
Yeah, y'all are here for a little bit of that, but we all know Bitcoin hit 109,000 today, almost 110,000. That is right up there with the previous all-time high. So
day's not over.
Really exciting. Not over. Really exciting. If you go to the top band up here, it looks like we could potentially hit 125,000 to 130,000 over the following month, potentially, if it keeps at this pace. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people have been kind of upset. Wait, your browser has lost connection to your screen share audio. Y'all can still hear me, right?
I can hear you.
Oh, my screen share audio. That's fine. We're not having any audio. Anyways, everybody's been complaining that Cardano is not going crazy. And I think y'all are massive idiots. I think you don't understand how alt season works. And I think y'all need to calm the hell down. No, but seriously, like if you look at Cardano, it's doing just fine. It's staying in the middle. Sure, Bitcoin is right up here towards the all-time highs. Well, it's actually much higher, but like relatively, you'd want Cardano to at least be at $1.33 while Bitcoin is at its all-time high for the year. But it's not, because that's not how the alt season works. Bitcoin goes crazy, then it chills out. When it's chilling out, that is when altcoins go crazy. That has always been the rotation. It has never been different. Why is everybody freaking out? And
so actually, I think the formula for Cardano has always been, dude, this is the funniest thing. Bitcoin will go crazy. ETH and altcoins will go crazy. Like Cardano still stays sideways. And then when absolutely nothing is happening and all these other things are going like sideways, that's when Cardano goes absolutely moonshot, bro. Like it happens every time. That's just the way it is. I don't get it, but
ETH leads, or Sol in this cycle leads, right? And then everybody thinks that their coin isn't that great, but it's still doing okay. And then those chill out for a second, and then Cardano has its moment. That's always been what's happened. Yeah, you keep hearing that too. It's so dumb, dude. They're just such big babies, man. If you want Bitcoin, then buy Bitcoin. If you want Cardano, then buy Cardano, but expect the correct cycle. Don't be waiting for your coin to be going crazy while Bitcoin's going crazy. That's not what happens. Hexicans? I don't know what that's about. Is that an anime? I think we're past anime at this point, but hey, my mind. But yeah, I don't know. I'm really not worried. If ETH is still less than, 50%, just about 50% off of its all-time high, yeah, it's probably like 40%, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's just, that's not when altcoins move.
ETH to 10K?
Oh, wait. ETH was at almost 5K. So yeah, it's still roughly 50%. Yeah. Very rough, but. And Cardano's way down there, It's like 70% off of its all-time high. But what about Sol?
So there's still room to grow. I mean, you can't look at Sol because, dude, that thing went through major FUD when it was at $8.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the chain was like down, nothing was working. It was shown to be like venture capitalists were just like exiting and other things like that. It was pretty bad. So yeah,
So maybe we
when
stay
SOL was
around like
$8, that was not great.
maybe 46 would have been like fair, or even like 30 to 45 was maybe fair. 8 was extremely overblown.
Well, because they had Sam Bankman-Fried, right?
Mm-hmm.
That whole thing was going on. When that happened, dude, it was Armageddon.
Dude, I felt so happy when that happened. I was like, I knew I chose Cardano for a reason. I knew it. I
Yeah.
knew it. And now look at them. But even still, they're about 50% off at their all-time high. So all the alts are pretty much doing the same thing.
Right. Don't
It's not
freak
really
out.
a concern.
We've had plenty of months to buy at 30, 30 cents. If you buy at 30 cents, didn't we say like, hey, it's a perfect time to buy? Hey, now would be a great time to buy. Hey, if it hits 27 cents, I'm buying again. Right.
Well, mine was like based off of $1. So when it was 50 cents, I was like, oh, well, every dollar is a 2x. I'll buy some here. And then it went to 33, and I was like, well, every dollar is a 3x now. I'll buy here. And then it went to 25, and I was like, every dollar from here is a 4x. Like, hell yeah. You know, that's how I kind of played it.
Yeah.
Just shampoo your samurai.
Yeah, that's what I say. Cardano will always have like its time. You know what I'm saying? It's just different than any other times. There's some times where it moves with Bitcoin a little bit, but then all of a sudden, like once things are kind of, like I said, once things cool off, then all of a sudden, boom, it gets a huge run up. And it just seems to be the formula. It acts on itself, I think, almost, you know what I mean? So.
Well, I'm thinking about it now too. We were just talking about how Charles was really pissed off on Twitter. If you go up and you look at, what was he saying? Thank the media organizations that did the right thing. Slander cascades for clicks have no place in cryptocurrency. You know, he's basically pissed off that, was it CNBC?
Well, he was on CNBC. I know it's like a 3-minute clip. But yeah.
He's popping off on somebody.
Yeah. Basically Cointelegraph, who's not even, I would consider a media outlet for crypto, you know, and they just basically just published this article that was like defaming what Charles was doing or whatever without having all of the sources or cited work.
Now, looking at that though, do you really think that is all just for clicks, or do you think that maybe they wanted the price to go lower so that they could buy lower?
I think it's for clicks, man, to be honest with you.
Just for clicks?
Yeah, I don't think these people are really interested in crypto, and they're interested in crypto, don't get me wrong, or whatever, but like they're more of like a media company that gets paid for clicks, right?
Fair.
Like,
but they get paid for clicks, and the people that, you know, they get their advertisements from and stuff, I feel like somebody is related to them that wanted the price to go down.
I mean, it's quite possible.
Whether it's to make like ETH look better or Solana look better, or to buy Cardano low. Because if you're not worried about a coin, like, have you heard anybody talking about Illuvium? No, I haven't even heard Alex Becker talking about Illuvium.
No,
in the last year.
He did last cycle though.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, I'm buying it.
Yep.
I mean, it's funny that he lets you like know what he's buying or whatever, I guess. But by the time you've heard about it, he's already done it.
Well, I was telling you about these coins back here. Now I'm up at 30x. I don't know what you dumbasses are doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just like, did you tell us about it?
No, you didn't actually.
I don't remember that, but like maybe
you follow my little.
If you were on my Twitter account,
if you're on my Twitter account between the hours of 2 to 4 on May 21st of 3 years ago, you would have known, because then I deleted the tweets. You know, it's like, nah, I don't know, man. I don't believe this shit like at all, dude.
Yeah,
I don't believe it at all, bro. It's crazy. It's kind of like this M2 crypto guy that I used to like. He was a big hype, like just a hype beast for Bitcoin. And once it hit 64, he's like, next 2 days it's gonna hit 120. He was hyping it up. You know what I mean? This ain't it. You know, based on these charts, blah blah blah, empirical evidence, it's going to go so much higher. And then, well, that was the top last cycle. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's harder to try to hype beast Bitcoin though. That'd be like trying to hype beast Apple. You know, like you don't
Yeah,
have
kind of.
enough clout,
Yeah.
to even convince that many people to move the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah, but he was recording it in Dubai though,
I don't know.
in a hotel.
I would rather have somebody hype beasting Bitcoin than some random altcoin.
Yeah.
Because you throw in a few $1 million into Illuvium, you're gonna pump the price pretty quick.
Yeah,
You
for
pump
sure.
a few million into Bitcoin, it might go up a couple hundred, maybe.
Nah,
Not
not at
even.
this point. I think way
Yeah,
too
not
many
even.
people are in it, dude. Not even a couple
Yeah,
mil.
yeah.
I mean,
So
that's
it's
what I've done. I've done that on some like shit coins on Cardano, some memes or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna throw 500. I'm gonna throw 500 ADA in this motherfucker, and I'm gonna watch this little chart, and it's like this little. Boop.
yep. The volume's so low, bro. It's embarrassing.
But then there's some times where I've thrown 500 on a fucking dumb meme, and bro, it's taking the price and like rocketed up, you know.
Yeah,
But and
because
then
you
I
look
always
at
get
it.
wrecked because then people sell. It's like, God damn it, why is it like I'm trying? Oh, how's Journey Club doing? Ooh, click on
So
that.
yeah, let's go check it out.
Let's see how we're
I was also
doing.
going to shout out Nikeverse real quick because Nike just came out with their NFTs.
Yeah, they're
I
pigs
think
or whatever.
yesterday. They look all right. They're staying at mint price. I think mint price was 25 or 30.
Okay.
So they're at least at mint price. They also had a fair mint price, unlike the next project. So none are being listed. Is it still? Yeah, it's still 98% royalties, which makes sense why it's not. None of them are
Well,
being
because I
listed.
don't think it's sold out, right?
Yeah, they're not sold out. I think there's like I don't know. There's something they're trying to do as well. It's nice to see 48% unique wallets now because before it was like 12. I don't
Yeah.
know if they've moved wallets to make it look better or what. There's only 544 of these that have been minted, but for 1,400 or whatever, 1,250 a piece, that's kind of a lot.
So I'm looking at activity.
There shouldn't be anything. Yeah,
There isn't,
nobody's gonna sell it for free.
but it's saying the total value locked is
Yeah,
690. Okay.
yeah, for offers. So if you go to offers, you can see.
Okay.
Yeah,
I gotcha. I thought that stood for transaction volume.
nope.
I know that now.
Nobody. Nope. Um. Yeah, I don't know. I even left the Journey Discord. I don't care what you're doing. That's too much.
Hey, we
Seems
getting
like a
these nice
grift.
boys? Hey, we getting these nice boys?
Nice boys are cool. I'm not touching them.
Mates. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, we can
That's
look
fine.
at them.
That's fine.
What is it on
Well,
Twitter?
they're mentioned through JPEG, through here.
Oh, it's on JPEG too.
Yeah, and so if you go down all the way,
Oh, down.
yeah, say NB.
I see. 35, not bad for a mint price.
35-minute price.
Think I'm good though.
Yep, probably staying away.
Another duck mint.
Another duck. What's that? Quack mint.
Quag
Okay,
mint.
so
Quag.
basically this is like a young Scrooge art.
I guess. Only 300 of them. I can't imagine they want anything but your ADA.
Correct.
See how Stag's doing.
Stag
That kinda
Alliance, my
stinks.
boys. My boys.
Stags are always building though. They're cool. They have
Yeah,
a lot.
they're doing something.
They have a lot that they're doing. It's just nobody seems to care price wise. I don't know.
NFT is not the wave.
Space Buds are holding up at 650 though.
What's up, Devo?
What's going on, Devo? What up, homie?
Yeah, somebody swept. I think Journey swept some more
Okay.
Space Buds and shit.
Well, I'm happy that he used that money to buy Space Buds.
Yeah, it's kind of like that's the ultimate grift move. You know that?
It's at least helping the ecosystem in some way.
I mean, not really, because if you think about it, it's like all he's doing is extracting money from Cardano to spend on Cardano,
Right.
right? But at the same time, like You think he's really here? You think he's really in Cardano? Or is he here to extract more
I don't care. You know,
funds?
I hold Space Bud, so he's personally helping me.
Okay, that's fine.
You know, that's what I care about. It's
Okay.
all me. Just help me. Buy some equines next. You saw they're still working on equines. You saw that?
It's been 6 years.
It's been a long time.
It's been a very long time. Because I think they minted back in 2019.
Yes. It's been a very long time. They're still beta testing. This was April 27th. There's also a YouTube video over here that came out 2 weeks ago that they've been beta testing some things about. So this is going to be how to activate your horses. This is the part that I'm on.
Okay.
So if you remember, I know it's forever ago, but if you own the horses, they're not, well, I'll start over. When you own the horses, they have 18 years worth of life, but the years are in like in IRL, 18 months. So every month is a year, and it doesn't start until you activate your horse. So you can own your NFT and never activate it, and you can, I guess, sell them as non-activated. I don't know how that works yet, but that's essentially what this is showing. Is you can connect your wallet and activate your horse to start its life cycle. But then there's the racing screen. I mean, it's pretty clean, at least. It's very easy to read. 10 ADA bets are pretty fair as well. Nothing too crazy. Okay, this is what I was kind of interested in, training. Kind of want to see how that's going to be. So I guess you can set your training to be acceleration, agility, whatever. I don't know what that is, but I'm sure you could. Oh, okay. So these are the weeks, right? So this is 1 through 18, so or months rather. So these are the years of your horse.
Yeah.
So for every month, it's showing you what you'll be training. It looks like it's going to allow you to train up to 3 things at once.
I was saying, by the time they get the game running, all the horses will be dead. It's gonna be 18 real human years. That's so funny.
That's pretty good.
I like that.
But if I had to guess, if you only do, let's say, acceleration and speed, it'll probably level those up faster. And if you do 3 of them, it'll probably level them up slower.
Yeah.
And then maybe even up to 4. I don't know. It looks like 3 is the max he's doing. I'm not actually watching this video. I'm guessing based off of images because I ain't doing all that. Breeding.
Move to breeding. You gotta watch horses have sex on this thing.
Oh yeah, man. That's the best part, I think, is a little horse porn really
Like a little
increases the
pony
value.
show, little minotaur show here, baby. Yeah, do you get to hear like the hay rustling and shit like that?
Like Sims for horses.
Dude, yeah. It's fucking dude, that's a whole language, you know that? Sim language, Simlish,
Is
or
it?
Simlish
Similish.
is what it's called, or something like that. They have an actual language.
It froze. It's all good. That's enough.
I wanted to see the horses bang. But you watch the race live. It's not just like a, you know.
Yeah. They had a demo version where I don't know if you saw them live. Maybe you did, but it was like stick figure kind of.
Okay.
Yeah, that was like their very first, just like not even beta version. I think they used another program for it. Come here for the alpha, stay for the roll in the hay.
It's hilarious. It's like one of the funniest things my father-in-law ever told me. We were sitting, I think I might have told you this story or whatever, but we were sitting at the table. My father-in-law is an ex-detective / cop / very reserved sort of dude. Doesn't talk a whole lot, just kind of chills. And so we were sitting, we used to go over there every Sunday for dinner. And there was a family friend, Steve, that was over there. And I was talking about doing yada, yada, yada. And he's like, oh, yeah. And, that and like you're not talking about rolling in the hay, are you? and I was like, rolling in the hay, because I didn't know what it meant, and he's like, yeah, rolling in the hay. My God, you've never heard of that? And my father-in-law perks up. The whole family is there, and my wife is sitting right there, and this is like the most red my face has ever gotten. He's like, well, you got 3 kids, don't you? And then I finally got it, and I was just like, oh, okay, that's what we're talking about. I get it. So, dude, it was just because it came from him. It's like one of the funniest interactions I've had. It's hilarious.
That is pretty funny.
Yeah.
I would have never. I mean, I would have known what he was talking about, but I don't think that was like a phrase.
It is a phrase.
Oh, okay.
For doing it.
Rolling in the hay, huh?
Yeah, I guess.
Back in the day, rolling in the hay.
Back in the day, rolling in the hay. What is this? What are we looking at?
Dude, we're looking at this giant red candle, and I'm trying to figure out why.
For what?
Bitcoin.
Oh, sell off.
Yeah. I mean,
all-time high or what?
It was happening to Cardano too. Let's see. It hit 109.8. It like tipped the all-time high. Maybe
because people bought it 109.8 and they want to even out.
Man, pussies, bro. Who buys at 100? Who buys at the all-time high and then?
I bought at the all-time high last time.
What was last time?
64K.
64. Well, look, you're almost up a double.
Well, yeah, but still, like, I'm like, if it ever even sniffs close to that thing, I'm selling, right?
But it's already sniffed close to it. It's blown past it. Did you sell?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, okay. When did you sell?
What?
When did you sell?
When it hit like 100.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
I always said, like, just for the purpose of it, like, sell when it gets to 100, right?
That's fair.
Because I bought it like 64, and I think it hit 66 or 68 last cycle. So I bought like literally the closest to the top. Yeah, it's at 107 or whatever, right? Which is not that.
It's at 107.
I mean, really, that's the 3K. That's not a big deal. You know what I mean?
Trying to find just any sort of article on why. It could just be because it touched the top.
Yeah, it touched towards the top, and people bought there. They're like, oh, shit, if I can even out, I'm getting out, right? There's plenty of people that did that.
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. It was just it's kind of big. Not super big, but it's kind of big. It eliminated the whole move from today.
Yeah.
Like, we were up, and now we're down, I think.
That dude
we're still up.
Sometimes.
We're still up a little bit on the day. That's fine. But you don't want it to close so far down like that, though, because that's a hammer candle. That means sell, usually.
Yeah.
Which, it wouldn't surprise me if we came back down and tested the line at like 104 either. But everybody, I think, wanted it to just keep going, of course.
Well, yeah.
But then again, bro, hey, this could be where Bitcoin chills out and all coins start to go. I don't think so. I think we need to see a new all-time high for Bitcoin first, but who knows?
Chocolate rain. Anything else going on? How's Web 2 markets doing?
Web 2, we can go look at the Robinhood real quick.
Tesla did okay.
Tesla was doing pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm getting kind of.
We don't look at that chart.
Yeah, kind of getting clapped on SoFi, just short term. I'm still up 71% on the option. I was up 110% just like a week ago, though. So
yeah,
it's fine. It's down 10% on the week. I'm not bothered by it. I know why it's happening too, so I'm really not bothered.
Yeah.
I think it was Credit Suisse came out and downgraded America's credit line. Said that we're closer to having a recession than before, yada, yada, yada. But Credit Suisse isn't super reputable.
No.
So whatever, really.
They were part of the problem with the economic downturn in subprime mortgages in the 2008-2009 crash.
Right. So I looked into it, and people were saying because of that, if you go based off of last time America's credit line got downgraded, you fell slowly. I think it was 10% for about 3 months on the S&P 500. Yeah. So we potentially at worst have another, 2 months of downside. But after that, it was ultimately up. And the reason why is because the Fed is going to have to lower rates, if that happens, because it's going to it usually causes unemployment to some degree.
Right.
So which is really good for SoFi and banks. So sure, I might be hurting in the short time. I actually bought more SoFi today at 13, and I might buy even more now, honestly. So I'm not bothered at all by it. It's just some short-term volatility. That's why I got an option 2 years out.
Yeah. I mean, that's so long. You have so long to like have it play out.
About a year and a half now, actually. A year and 7 months.
So. It's kind of crazy how much time has gone by even since then.
Yeah.
Like, I'm doing options on SoFi. It's like, holy shit, that was 6 months ago. Like that was half a year ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah.
It is pretty crazy. The fluctuation too. Like I was at 400% at one point.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh, it's going to keep going up. We got Trump in office and rates are going to come down. And then Powell denying the fact that rates are in a spot to come down for about 4 cuts or 4 potential cuts in a row.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, Powell. Come on, bro.
But also it's I don't think Trump is doing what we thought he was going to do so far when he was in his office, We thought it was going to be like last term, when he was in, he did things, right? But it wasn't like, I think, global kind of trying to really shock the political scene, right? This term, I feel like he's actually trying to do that.
I feel like he knows this is his last term, so he's not trying to play the political game anymore. He's trying to do either what he thinks is right or what he wants to be right, and doesn't care if he hurts any feelings because screw it, I'm not going to be in office after this anyways.
This is it.
Right? Yeah. Whereas like before, he kind of has to be nice to people so that he can win another term.
Right.
So that's part of it. He did do tariffs on countries in the first term as well, but they weren't as large.
Right.
And I don't think he didn't also put tariffs on every country. It was mainly China, I think Europe, and maybe and Mexico because of the border.
Yeah. Yeah.
And maybe Canada. But like this time around, he was just like, all right, 10% tariffs on everybody, even the penguins.
Bitches. Well, that's because they would circumvent, right? They would basically put something like a shack or something in there on that penguin island, right? Transport things to there by boat or whatever and stay at the island for a minute and then ship off to America. And then all of a sudden, like, because he didn't have a tariff on that island, now it's not subject to that sale. You know what I'm saying? They would just circumvent it.
Yeah.
So everybody was like, well, he's so dumb. What's he doing? Tariffing a penguin island or whatever. And then come to find out, he's like, well, if I don't do that, then they're going to travel to that place, say it was manufactured there. And then
he's just covering his options,
Right. Correct. You have to cover the whole thing.
Yeah. You can always take them away, but might as well put it on there.
Right. Correct.
If there's nobody there, then who am I hurting?
Yeah. Penguins.
The penguins.
The penguins.
Fair, man. They need their salmon too.
But yeah, so other than that, I don't think so. We're expecting changes, right? But I don't think it was supposed to be like quite like this. So people were real shaky about it. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of led to some different things and people pivoting in different ways, maybe that they weren't planning on having to pivot to. So it's just kind of like I don't know. It's all like very much like a feel out sort of situation where it's like, okay, short term, let's freak out a little bit because this isn't what we were expecting. But like long term, could this work out? Maybe.
Yeah. I feel like it's always so much easier to buy the dip than it is to sell the top.
Oh, 100%.
Because it's so much hindsight. It's like, okay, well, this is what happened. I should have seen it coming. I could have sold the top because these things were somewhat obvious, but they weren't like right in our face until it started to dip. So we wouldn't have ever been able to sell the top anyways. We would have been able to sell like the second leg of the top. Yeah. And then, but like once you're really low, you're like, oh, well, I do know what's going to come next. Rate cuts.
Yeah.
right? And rate cuts are always bullish. So selling the top is really difficult for me, but buying the dips are really easy.
Oh, buying dips is great.
Yeah, I feel
You
great
just have
buying
to,
dips.
yeah, you just have to change your outlook.
Right. And that's why I went heavier with options this time too, because options forced me to sell at some point.
But like, so Tesla's gone up what? Did they say 38%
Since the bottom?
in the past? Yeah, in the past month or whatever. Oh shit. Well,
On the past, 42%,
yeah.
which is crazy because I sold like 4 or 5 Tesla shares around 270. Right. Yeah. Right, like here-ish.
Yeah.
So that's fine. I put it into SoFi, and SoFi since then has gone up about 15 to 20% too, I think. I think it's 15% right now because it's down a little bit. Whoops.
Yeah.
So if we go to the 1 month, 16 to 17%.
Yeah, I see.
So like it's okay. It would have been better if I left it in Tesla, honestly, but if we scale this out another year to 2 years, we'll have to see how good of a move that was.
I still think Tesla's gonna go fucking ham.
I do too. I mean, the thing too is that Tesla became my largest position on accident because of the price that I bought it at.
Yeah.
So like I didn't feel super comfortable having one stock just like making my portfolio zigzag up and down constantly.
Yeah.
Just like, okay, let me balance this out a little bit.
How's my GameStop doing?
It's up, I think.
Just a little GME action here.
Might be down today, but 28 is pretty good.
Shit.
Nothing super crazy, but I mean, from back here, this was like a peak at one point.
Well, I bought in at like 20 and sold at like 24.
This was a fun time.
Yeah.
I remember, I don't know where I bought it. I think I want to say like 19, 20.
Yeah.
And I did sell it around the top up here.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but I got some very good movement off of GME.
Dude,
And I did even better off of AMC.
I thought it was going to hit 80. GameStop. I thought it was going to hit 80.
Yeah, I did the same thing around here with AMC.
It's fucking flatline, bro.
Dude, the first AMC spike was wild. Where is that? Is that here in 2021? Yeah. Oh, they did a split.
Yeah, they did a split.
Okay. Because I was like, these are not the prices. I got this shit at $2.
Yeah.
And I just bought, I think it was like $200. I turned it into $1,200 in like a few days. I was like, that shit is stupid.
It's so dumb.
I'm ready for it to come back. That shit is so fun.
It was this. It was okay. So it was GameStop, AMC, and then Bed Bath & Beyond, dude. People are going fucking apeshit on Bed Bath & Beyond.
All the short squeezes were so fun.
Yeah.
Nikola was almost one. Nokia was one.
I remember Nokia was one.
Or an attempt to be one. Like some of them didn't do crazy things. I think the company Space was one. Not SpaceX, but Space. Virgin Galactic.
Yeah, Virgin Galactic Holdings, yeah.
They had a moment.
Who's this? Richard Branson, right?
Yeah. He wanted to create that the hyper tunnel where you could travel like, I don't know, thousands of miles through a hyper tunnel safely. Yeah. And it just never took off. But it sounded dope.
Yeah. Starlink, I think, is going to really help SpaceX and in turn Tesla.
I don't think you can buy Starlink though.
No, but I think the product is going to help the company.
Fair. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Netflix is just stupid. That's so wild. That's so crazy. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. But I have my workers constantly texting me. It's driving me nuts.
You planted those Patagonias, man. Tell them to fuck off.
Patagonias. Petunias, motherfucker. That's got some petunias, bro.
The petunias. I don't know why I wanted to call them Patagonias.
Oh, it's fine. Patagonia is a good clothing company, I think.
It is. It
Is it?
is.
It's
Yeah,
super expensive.
it is. I used to have them for when I played Ultimate Frisbee.
Oh my God. Classic
Yeah.
white person shit right there.
Hey,
Eating
I didn't want them.
granola, fucking hiking, got my Patagonia.
I was mad because sure they felt kind of good, but they had no pockets, man.
Right.
What am I supposed to do with no pockets?
That's the point.
No pocket. I mean, I
No
guess
pockets.
it's just for when you're playing, but like, come on, man.
Yeah,
I want to wear them when I'm not playing. I'm not gonna be playing Ultimate Frisbee my whole life.
that's true.
Look at me now. They're in the trash. Why? Because I had no pockets.
You threw them in the trash?
I don't know. Probably they're gone.
Yeah. To Goodwill. Just Goodwill them, you know?
They might have been to Goodwill. I don't know. But I
Yeah.
also put on a lot of weight since then. I put on like 35 pounds
No, you
since
didn't.
then.
You're skinny as shit, bro.
I'm still
Stop.
skinny. I know, but hey, they don't fit, man. They just don't fit. If I would have put them on,
What size? What size did you possibly have to get?
I think they were like 32, 33s or something.
No way.
And if I would stretch a certain way, I just might go to jail, is all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
So like they had to be thrown away.
Okay, I got you. I got you.
They had to go, man. They were unsafe for children. So
Hey, do you know what? Do you know what I want equine to be? Have you ever watched the Japan Gold Cup videos?
Japan Gold Cup.
Horse racing. You probably might have to YouTube it.
This.
Go to YouTube.
I hate this commercial with a passion. It's so loud.
No, King Shot. King Shot is the worst one.
This one's the worst one.
No, King Shot.
Oh.
The Japan World Cup, dude. This is it. This is what I want equine to be. Here we go.
Wow.
People make bets on these.
That's so funny.
You know, there's
This
the
is
people.
hilarious.
They're from America. Get to the actual. Here you go. Here you go. Here's the racing. This is when I picture equine. This is what I want it to be.
This is what?
Yeah.
Yo, did he just?
It's like two people in the bodysuit, like carrying the horse. Yeah, the horse body.
Why is there even a giraffe or a zebra? What? They have the. Oh my god.
Yeah.
They
Have you never seen this?
No.
This is what I want equine to be. Wholeheartedly.
The Mario Kart when you win at the end.
Yeah.
They have the sound effect.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I can't believe you've never seen this.
No, I've never seen this.
This is great.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
god.
have to be super serious, and then it's like, nah, it's just hilarious. People sit at bars and they bet on this.
Wow. This is like betting on when you're at a baseball game and there's like the hammer, the saw.
Yes.
That is like betting on that.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, and he's off and he's in first place, and oh, he trips the hammer, is hitting him on the head. It's so ridiculous.
Yeah. But I will say this, in the Asian countries, like gambling is like, we have a gambling problem in America for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, in like Japan and Asian countries, it is way worse.
Really?
Like it's just gotcha games all over the place, dude.
Oh, I have
like,
heard about that. Yeah.
Like claw machines and stuff like that. Like 100%. It's all gambling, dude.
Hmm.
It's so crazy. and I didn't know about this until my sister-in-law, Song, who's from like Korea, came here. And dude, every time she goes to like Vegas, like, bro, she will just sit there all night, gamble, gamble, gamble.
On the
Dude, it
slot
is
machines?
nuts.
Slot machines or what?
Slot machines, everything, everything. And like she's surrounded by nothing but like Asian people, bro. Like it's
Oh,
like
okay.
it's so crazy. Last time I went to Vegas, stayed at the Westgate, right? For the CNFTs, right? Like crazy amount of Asian people just gambling, bro. Of course, like a
Damn,
lot of white people, and shit like that.
of
But like
course.
still like gambling for Asian countries is completely different
Dude,
level than
I,
American gambling.
when I went to the Harrah's 2 or 3 weekends ago,
Yeah.
I had a great time just going into, there was this noodle bar, and I went into the noodle bar and they served the best food. And you can see out of, that's funny.
What happened
You're
there?
all pink.
Why?
I don't know. The aliens are taking over, bro. Now
What?
you're all white. Your camera's doing some shady shit. Anyways, while I was in the noodle bar, you could see out of the window, and there was it was like the high rollers table, and they were playing baccarat and eating like really good food. I guess you just have to accept it for now. But
All right.
eating the food and like just chilling, watching somebody else gamble, especially the high rollers table, way better than gambling yourself, in my opinion. Like all the people we were sitting. Oh, there you go. Nice. All the
All right.
people were sitting there and we're just like watching him, and then he'll bet big. We'll be like, oh, he's betting big. He's betting big, and then he'll lose it, and we'll just all like cringe for him, like, oh, my bad, bro. Like, and you'll see him. He's just like, he'll double up. He'll put on like 1,000 next time after the 500 he just lost, and we just watched this dude in the time that we ate lose like $2,000.
Bro, it's so sad.
Yeah.
But it's like it's their money. Like they can do whatever they want with it.
I mean, if he can lose $2,000 in the time that I ate some noodles, he's probably got more than that, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to assume.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully he's not selling his mom's jewelry or some shit to get to it. Because I've seen people down like that where they're selling their fucking wedding rings and shit like that. Because they're so addicted.
Yeah.
And like I've seen places like kick people out like that. Like, dude, you can't come here. Like ruining
It's
it.
brutal.
Yeah, not for me. That's why I don't even get involved. Like I said, that Phil Cup thing, that was enough for me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, gambling's a freaking, I can't do it, man. I can't. At least with stocks, it's like, all right, well, maybe next week I'll be up. It's not just all gone.
Right. You don't lose if you never sell.
Well, yeah.
Till you like can't sell it, then that's fine.
Well, the other thing too with stocks is if you do lose, you can offset some of the wins that you get.
Yeah.
So it's not even that big of a loss when you lose. I don't know if it works that way with gambling.
There's no like hedge for gambling.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I guess you could be like, I want to put 100 on red and then 50 on black.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
But then why wouldn't you just put 50 on red?
I don't. Listen, I am trying because you're still going with your intuition and there's still fractions of a penny in profit and stuff. I don't know. 150 and 50 and that. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't hedge bets, I don't think.
Yeah, I feel you.
Or whatever it may be, unless you're moving money somewhere else and guaranteed money that you're supposed to get. I don't know.
I feel you.
Probabilities or whatever.
So what you been doing, bro? You been playing any games lately?
No, like I did like a little bit. Like I've been watching my son play games. But like I think when I started playing video games again, I started to get off like my sleep schedule, and I think I was getting like that dopamine addiction again. And so I was like, okay, I need to really limit this or whatever. I mean, the last game that I really played that was really good was Arc Raiders, and that was super fun.
Yeah.
But you know, I think I need to like not play video games that much at all, if anything, just because you get addicted to that dopamine pretty quick of like all
Yeah.
the
If it's a good game. It's been really hard for me to get into a game lately because it's just there hasn't been many great games coming out.
right. Well, I
But
mean, I don't know. You gotta understand, like I grew up with like Atari and regular Nintendo.
so you telling me that because you grew up with that, now all games wow you?
More so than would you.
I mean, kind of fair, but I mean, I didn't grow up so much later than that. I grew up with pixelated Pokemon, Tetris.
Well, yeah, but it was in your hand.
Sure.
It's different. Like I don't know.
Like the graphics from, the very first Final Fantasy, to now, drastic difference. You couldn't go back and play an old school game unless you're like an old school gamer or into retro and enjoy it.
Right.
You
Like
would
I can't go
struggle.
back and play Nintendo now.
Yeah. If the
It's
game is good.
I mean, yeah, but there's only like 5 or 6 games on Nintendo that were really good back then. And they are not even good by today's standards. They're shitty.
Yeah. Maybe Mario, maybe Donkey Kong Country, you know.
I don't know.
I don't know. Have you ever played what's it called? Chrono Trigger?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You're talking about the Japanese RPG Renaissance on Super Nintendo, right?
Yeah,
Chrono Trigger, Secret of Mana, everything.
Waiting for the new Elder Scrolls Forever. You're gonna keep waiting, bro.
Yeah, keep waiting, bro. Hugs, you're gonna wait.
But there's Oblivion that came out, so just go play Oblivion for a little bit.
I think Skyrim's still freaking amazing.
Sure, but we've had Skyrim for over a decade. We're good.
Yeah. Also, there's like 6 different releases of Skyrim that have come out, so
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
I don't know. It was nice that when Oblivion came out, it came out with all the DLC too.
Yeah,
which was cool. And I'm a huge fan of a surprise release because I don't have to like wait up every night. Like tomorrow's the next day, next week, next month. Nope. Just boom in my face. I have to buy it right now. I think that's a really smart strategy that you can't use all the time, but it worked.
Did I ever tell you about Morrowind?
Oh, Morrowind would be great, but I don't think they can remake it.
No. So I went into Morrowind and you get in your first little village and you're creating your player, like whatever. And then you get outside the village and directly to your right is your first fast traveler. Right? And so I'm sitting there and I did these missions or whatever, and then finally got introduced to fast travel. And I decided to kill that guy. Because my friend told me, you can kill anybody. Like, you can do anything you want in this game. And I was like, excellent.
Look at this dude.
Yeah, see?
Look at this dude.
It's my little short king right there, bro.
Look at this dude.
But like I killed this fast traveler and then I couldn't fast travel at that location anymore. It was impossible. And it ruined the game. I had to restart.
Wait, if you kill the fast traveler, you cannot fast travel anymore?
No, you can't fast travel.
At all, like anywhere, ever?
I did not care to look. All I knew was I had to walk everywhere from that point forward instead of fast traveling, and I wanted to literally die.
I kind of love and hate that. That's a really cool.
Yeah, because you choose your fate, bro.
Yeah, that was some of the cool aspects that they put into Dark Souls too. You can like kill the fire shrine person, but if you do, that's like one way of getting one of your not health bars, but like flasks to heal. Right. So it's like, okay, well now you can't heal that much, but maybe you got something earlier on in the game that helped you temporarily.
Yeah.
Or you could kill one of the guy's quest lines to where you couldn't do something in the future, but you might get some really good armor to start with. Like, I don't know. The trade-offs are really cool.
Yeah. I don't know, man. That game was, dude, I played it for over 100 hours and only had like 16% of the map unlocked.
Damn.
Yeah. Morrowind was a big bitch. Huge.
Damn. the thing with Oblivion now is when you level up, you have to sleep. And then when you sleep, all the enemies become drastically stronger or like
Right.
decently stronger.
Right.
But if you level up something like, let's say, alchemy or, stealth, like it could be anything, any stat that you level up, after you level it up 10 times, your character levels up if you sleep.
Right.
And so like you could level up all of the things that don't really make you stronger, and the enemies now just whoop your ass.
Right.
So you have to manually change the difficulty to some degree. Like, because you could only level up your combat abilities and then go out throughout the game and then nobody can kill you. Or you can do like a mixture, but then you have to play with the difficulty, or you can like only do, fun stats like speech and stuff, and then you have to lower the difficulty. So I don't like that. I want the difficulty to be hard.
Yeah.
I don't want to keep, but
Put
at
that
least
shit on easy, my brother.
Yeah, it's the only game where I think it's recommended to change the difficulty based on what level you are.
Yeah.
And it bothers me. Bothers me so much.
Yeah. But like, okay, so Hugs asked, the new GTA is supposed to come out this year. Not this year. It's supposed to come out this time next year. So it's a year delay.
I don't know.
Half a year delay. It's May of next year.
May of next year?
Yes, correct.
Okay. And I don't know if crypto is still being implemented. I thought that was a rumor.
I believe it is.
Yeah.
It's a substantiated rumor is what I heard.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. Played for 100 hours, only 16% of the map unlocked, said the guy who killed the fast traveler.
Exactly, correct. You do not want to kill the fast traveler in Morrowind. Bro, he is directly on the right. You walk outside the gates, you walk for a little bit. There's this big, long leg tick thing on the right-hand side up on this platform. That's your fast traveler. Do not kill that guy or you will not be able to fast travel, dude.
Damn. I don't think anyone here is going to be playing Morrowind, but that's a great tip.
Look it up.
Great.
Look up the little fast travel Morrowind.
Morrowind fast travel creature. Whoops.
Yep. See the big legged tick thing. There it is.
Is he hard to kill?
That's the little platform. Yep. It's got a little guy. It says, hey, you're going to have to pay to do this. You want to do this? I'm like, yoink, I'm going to kill you. Now I can't fast travel.
Silt Striders. So what do you get when you kill him? Does he drop anything?
No, he doesn't have anything on him.
Do you get experience?
Clothes. No gold, no nothing.
Brutal. Huh.
Literally the worst thing that ever happened. Hated it. But, so other than that, I'm looking forward to Arc Raiders. I'll probably play the shit out of that, to be honest with you. But, yeah. What about you? Raiders. Anything?
Let me see. Let me just look at Arc Raiders real quick. Oh, okay.
Dude, Arc Raiders is so sick. I hate third-person games, dude. This game is so sick. And it's very fun. Very, very, very fun.
It looks good.
Oh, it looks great.
So there's been new Kingdom Hearts 4 screenshots that have been coming out. It's not. I don't think it's coming out this year. No. But the screenshots look sick. Like you can play as Mickey, bro.
Like I never played Kingdom Hearts 3. I only played 2.
Let me see if there's a better one. They just look really cool. I want the combat to be fun, though, because I think they've been fucking up the combat ever since 2.
Yeah.
Like, these are some really good screenshots. But we'll have to see. And then also Borderlands 4, I really want to play. I think that comes out September of this year.
Yes, correct. Which is cool. Like I said, the worst thing that happened was the game director was like, it might be $80. He should have been like, I don't know what the price of it is going to be. That's not up to me. It's more up to the publisher. But instead he was like, you'll find a way to pay it if you're a true fan.
Yeah. Courtney was telling me about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
It seems like every
$80.
time there is somebody that year that says, like, you're going to pay for this. You know, you'll find a way if you're a true fan, like, right? Diablo
Borderlands
is like, who
CEO
doesn't have
says, if you're
Remember
a
in
real
Diablo?
fan. Yeah, I'd never played Diablo, but I remember it.
It was like, who doesn't have a cell phone? It's like, dude, that's not the point. Yeah. If you're a real fan, you'll download this on cell phone. It's like, oh God, it's so bad.
That was when Biden said, you're not black if you don't vote Democrat.
You're right, correct.
It's like, okay, guy, just
If,
let's commit career suicide. Borderlands 4 is on the way this September.
see you later,
I'm a little
hugs.
worried. Peace, hugs. Yeah, dude, it's crazy that well, what has he been saying? To use fast travel, you have to pay, but if you kill the guy, you really pay.
Yeah, that is true.
Later, hugs. Yep. Stay frosty. Will do, buddy. Will do.
Dude, I'm telling you, watch Arc Raiders. Like, it's not even like it's a serious game, but it doesn't have to be. Like, you can play it solo, you can play it with like just one buddy or two buddies in a trio. Dude, it is so fun when you're in a trio because you can dick around and like do fun shit the whole time. Like, it's really good.
I'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
Borderlands 4, I think, is going to be fun. One of the things that they're fixing is individual loot drops. So in the previous games, you would go and duke out a boss or whatever with your homies. And then if you got a legendary, you'd have to decide, does this legendary fit your build or my build better? Or like who gets it if it fits both of our builds? And then you'd have to go grind them again for your homie. And it's just a little bit more tedious.
Right.
So this time everybody gets it.
Right. It's kind of like what Destiny did.
Oh, I've only played a little bit, so I don't actually know.
Because they started and there was only a set amount of orbs that you could pick up, like to get loot and shit like that, boxes. And so everybody would have to run around and pick them up. And it was like somebody could get the legendary. You could get like just a base level common. It was like bullshit. And then all of a sudden, like your pickup, you would have pickups, they would have pickups, the other person would have pickups, and you would only see yours, right? Like what you got. So you would be able to pick up other orbs and shit like that. So everybody had their own base loot. And so that was cool. Nice. That was a good addition. I think Borderlands doing that is a smart idea too.
Yeah. That's about it, really. I've been playing a little bit of Balloons Tower Defense again in like the last 2 days. Because I found out you could do 2-player. So me and Courtney have been fucking around with that.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty fun.
Nice.
And then if you see on the side of my head, it's not that bad. But like there's that little mark.
Yeah.
I was trying to get into my car while the door was shutting. So I tried to like sit down real quick and I hit my head on
Why risk it, bro?
Because there's a stand here and then my car is here. So I can only open up my door like halfway.
Okay.
And I wanted to get into my car. So I like opened up the door, went to go get in my car and the door started shutting. So I like put my head down like a little too quick. And I like just slammed my head in this thing.
Oh shit.
And I was like, damn, that kind of hurt a little bit, but
the things we do trying to be smooth, dude.
Yeah, I know. I like wasn't paying attention. I was like kind of checking my phone, kind of like excited that there was only one person left. And then I just thought about it. I was like, oh, that just hurt a little bit. Yeah. And I go to like rub it and like my hand is just like covered in blood. And I was like, I'm bleeding.
Yeah.
I'm like, man.
Back in our 20s, that wouldn't have done anything to us.
Maybe
now we're in our 30s, buddy. It's all over.
It's all
You're
over,
getting
man.
Bruises.
It's a new scar.
You're getting bruises and scars and all over the place. I mean, you've seen the dudes that fall, like the old dudes that fall, and they're all bruised to shit all over the place, looking like they went through like a world war, bro. It's like
that's the extreme of it.
Step. I fell off one step.
Yeah.
Like, that's what you are becoming. That's it. It's all over for you, dude.
I don't accept.
Packing up. So yeah. Well, I got to go pick up my daughter, so this sucks.
All good.
Yeah. What are we looking forward to for the next week?
Hopefully Bitcoin at 115.
You think so?
I don't know. I'm hoping for it. That's what I'm looking forward to.
I'm going to say 117.
117? Okay.
Yep.
I'm also going to go see Final Destination on Saturday, so that'll be fun.
Yeah. I enjoyed the first one and the second one. I don't think I watched anything after that.
Mm.
The second one kind of traumatized me because the
I got
logs on that semi.
Oh, everybody talks about the logs.
Bro, I can't get, because we all think about it, right?
The elevator too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yep.
I think about water bottles in my car now. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Because it stops you from pressing down the brakes.
100%.
Yeah, I think about all of those things. I had a nightmare one time that the lightning, or not the lightning, the electricity from the wires, right? That
Yep.
like I'm sitting in my car and those somehow fall and are like
Yeah.
all around my
Yeah.
car, and I can't move because the only thing protecting me is the tires. So I just have to sit there and hope that like it doesn't hit my gas tank and explode me.
Right.
I've had nightmares about that.
That's crazy, dude. So
Yeah.
go see this one.
I will. It'll be great.
I do like scary movies though. So, or kind of like thriller movies, I think you would say now,
Yeah.
Are you guys, is she into horror flicks or
Oh,
no?
she loves horror. I think it's her
Really?
favorite. Yep.
What do you ask her what one of her favorite horror movies is?
I don't know what her favorite horror movie was. I just know that we saw Until Dawn, and Until Dawn was one of her favorite horror video games.
Okay, yeah. It is
Yeah.
pretty good.
I haven't played it, but it looked cool.
Yeah.
The movie.
It's definitely not bad at all. Yeah, the game's pretty good too.
It's cool.
Yeah. You just play it. Watch anime. Do your thing.
Will do.
I'm not going to.
All right, homie. Samurai shampoo your your hair, and
Yeah.
get your shower going.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Remember to get outside, see your friends, see your family. Here to make more money so that we can spend more time with them. Until next time. Peace.